All right, so here's the start of our pitching series. I'm just gonna show an easy setup right here for little leaguers, anybody really, all the way through, but we're just gonna go out of a setup for the stretch. So when I go into the stretch, things that I wanna make sure that I do. First of all, pace. People's pace is usually too quick, so make sure that you split the mound, 1 foot off, 1 foot back, take yourself a breath, and then step on into the mound. So when I toe the rubber, I don't want to stand on top of it. I don't want to have my foot in a weird position. A lot of times what happens is there's a hole that's created, especially on little league mounds and dirt mounds that aren't all clay. So your foot can end up getting sideways. Now, if you've watched the fielding videos and how I want to set up and the warm up for throwing, if I draw a line off of the center of my foot, that's where my body wants to push. So if I start with my foot already cocked sideways, I'm already throwing against my body, which you don't want. So when I toe that rubber, when I put my foot on there, this is probably the most important and easiest fix that you can do. Either make sure that that foot is flush up against the rubber, or if you don't have a great surface, you can turn your heel a little bit and hook the mound. Now my knee's gonna start to drive straight toward that target, and the middle of my foot is still lined up with home plate where I wanna throw to. So once again, I take my breath, I get on, toe the rubber, get my sign, come set. Now, when I come set, some important things here. I don't want to be super far away, and I want to make sure that my back shoulder is over my back knee. So for little guys, this would be a good leg lift position, where I'm just going to pick up straight from there and start to move forward and gather myself. The other thing I want to make sure I do is I want to make sure that my glove's away from my body. So with my glove being away from my body, when I start to break, it's going to be able to stay outside of myself. If my glove gets too close, too far in, too low, now I start to break away from myself and I'll start to fall backwards. So I want to keep my body linear to the plate as long as I can. So on that setup, I never really want to try to get my sign out here somewhere, because if you're going to throw 70 pitches over the course of that time, you're also going to have to get up 70 times. So when I step in, I toe that rubber. I want to make sure that I'm in a nice, comfortable position right here, so I can go with a straight leg lift. And I want my glove fingers to be up, and I want to be away from my body so I can break a little bit better. That would be your basic setup out of the stretch.